Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I think the music and the sound is all okay this time. Okay. Hi, Humblebees. Hopefully that sound is okay and I'm not too loud. I welcome back to Tulips and Honey. This is the mega live list, and the computer is doing some weird stuff today. So if you see some super weird green stuff in the background, I am so sorry. And I'm sorry also that I was late. The craziest thing just happened. You guys are not going to believe what just happened. As I was getting ready to go live, there is like a really weird shadow on my face, and I don't know how to correct it. I didn't get a chance to check the lighting and stuff, so I'm going to give you guys a squirrel while I explain the crazy, weird, random, awesome thing that just happened. And I'm going to move some stuff around here. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Okay, so the weird thing that just happened to us, you guys, and I'm not even kidding, this legitimately just happened. Our neighbors just came to our door and brought us a pie. Now, we have been traveling for a very long time, very, very, very long time, right? So we've been traveling for quite a while, and I'm sorry about the weird lights. Usually I plug them all in and then I move them around until they look how I want them to look. But I didn't get a chance to do that because our neighbors brought us pie, like a legitimate pie. Obviously they had their masks on, so they were being very polite in that way. Also, I also did not check my YouTube. Is this live on YouTube? Did I get this going right on YouTube? It does look like it's working on YouTube. The one thing it's not going to be working on, and I'm sorry you guys, I'll definitely like keep on scrolling the whole time that y'all are watching, because that's just what I do. The program that I used to use for going live on Instagram was giving me all kinds of troubles. So I may have to actually find a completely new program, because for whatever reason it wouldn't work. It was like, you downloaded this and it doesn't have the right whatever information stuff on it. But I also can't see the live chat on YouTube for some reason, so it might just take it a second for it to update and let me know. But I can see you guys commenting on the screen, of course, but for whatever reason it's not telling me that I'm live. Oh, here we go. Now I'll be able to catch up with you guys. Hopefully now I'll be able to catch up with you guys. So anyways, that was a lot of mega squirrels. Oh, wow. Here we go. Now I'll be... #not professional. How about that? So anyways, hi everybody in the comments already. I have already missed a bunch of you guys, but hi to Tammy, hi to Mark, hi to my sweet, amazing husband, who is also in the comments. Also, hi to Stacy and Kristen, all of you guys, wonderful, wonderful Humblebees in the comments. This is the Mega Live list. I didn't even get a chance to say that yet. Sorry. Our Mega Live list, where we go live and we just discuss recommendations, prayer requests. Let's see, what else do we usually talk about? Oh, squirrels, like lots and lots and lots and lots of squirrels. We're going to talk about some squirrels today as well. And then really pretty much just whatever pops into our minds to talk about while we're doing that. I also have a sneak peek for you guys. I'm super excited about Monday's episode. You guys are just going to flip, and we're all going to fangirl, and we're just going to jump up and down together about what's going to happen. What type of pie? Tammy, it was a sweet potato pie, which I have never had before. So I'm excited to get to try that. Also, I've never had anybody bring me anything, or even ever in the history of my entire life had a neighbor come by and introduce themselves. So that is really, really wonderful and very encouraging to hear that that is a thing that just happened to us. I'm excited about that, you guys. It was random that, like, right as soon as I was fixing to go click the live button, not that I wouldn't have still been late, I definitely still would have been like a few minutes late, but as soon as I was almost ready to go live, somebody knocked on our door, and I am not complaining. I just think that is really, really, really neat that happened. Also, yes, Mark, you may have a virtual piece of that sweet potato pie. Do you guys like sweet potato pie? I should have done a poll checking like which kind of pies people like, because I'm always like wondering which kind of pie that I want to make for Thanksgiving and stuff. So I should have done a poll about that. Maybe I will. Very sweet of your neighbors. You've never had that happen either, Tammy. Isn't that interesting? And we're from the South, right? Tammy, you're from Oklahoma. I'm from Oklahoma. Hi, Cindy M. Hi, welcome to the comment section. There's my husband sending the virtual pie. Look at that. I even got my hands in the right direction. No, this one's, is it? Yeah, they're both right. They're good. The South is always suggested to be like this friendly, everybody is so nice, but I grew up in Texas, and I can tell you for a fact that there are a lot of cities that I've lived in outside of Texas that were way friendlier than Texas. So I don't know if it's just a misconception about the South, because I mean, we have some attitude issues down there. If you've ever driven in Dallas, Texas, then you know that there's like a lot of repenting that needs to happen. I'm sorry about the weird lighting, you guys. It looks like I have no lips and no eyebrows, but you guys are going to be totally okay with that, because no big deal. I also want to say hi to Miyoshi. I'm probably mispronouncing that, sister. I am so sorry if I am, but you are a tremendous blessing, and I am so thankful to have you here, because you're preaching truth. No pineapple on pizza. You're telling truth is all that is. And I'm so thankful that you're here, that you are here with me, that we can fight this good fight together alongside, Justin Peters, Phil Johnson. Oh, who else? I'm trying to remember. As soon as I start to try to list people like this, the names always leave my brain. But anyways, I did do a poll, and you guys added some truly hysterical stuff to that poll. So I'm excited to get to that in just a minute. We do have a sneak peek coming up, and I'm excited to tell you guys what is going on with the podcast on Monday, because this has been one of those things since I started podcasting. This was one of those things that I wanted to be able to do on the program that I have not been able to do. So, oh my goodness, that is the best statement ever. Semper no pineapple. I need that on a t-shirt. I'm going to have to make that on a t-shirt now. Yes. Semper reformata, absolutely, totally agree. Semper no pineapples, yes, thank you. Absolutely, amen, 100%. That is accurate. So let's show a few of you guys as squirrels from this week, and then we will get into the list of all the cool stuff. And then at the very end, because I'm going to keep you guys super suspenseful, because this has been one of the most exciting interviews that I've gotten to do. And you guys know I've done a lot of interviews, and I have a lot of fun on interviews. This was one of those kind of people that I just didn't think I was ever going to get the chance to interview, and the organization that they work for has been a tremendous blessing to me. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to make you guys wait. I'm going to keep you hanging on the line until the end, unless I accidentally say it. Very likely. You guys know that that's quite possible that might happen. But anyways, here are a few of you guys as squirrels that y'all sent me throughout the week. Obviously, we have to show this one because that one's still the best. David Knight from Exposit the Word sent that. We still obviously have the most epic of all epics. This is the original right here, Mark's Fat Squirrel. And this week we got Julie sending us this lovely little meme here. I'm going to take a drink while you guys read that because I'm so thirsty. Okay, and next is Cindy's squirrel that she also posted. I have to tell you, this one is 100% accurate. Listen to me. I found all kinds of nuts. It's called Facebook. Wow, you guys, Facebook. Whew. I thought it was really, really going to be funny to, I think I froze. Did I freeze? Oh, I'm good now. Okay, back. I thought that the censorship episode would be one of those episodes that would be helpful, and also one of those episodes that would not get seen by very many people, because obviously if you're going to censor people, and I'm talking about you censoring us, it's going to be kind of maybe like a little needle into the behind of these big tech companies. And I was not wrong, you guys. YouTube totally demonetized that episode. I thought that was really funny. And so, yeah, that whole there's a lot of nuts on Facebook thing really made me laugh, because there are so many of you wonderful folks that are heading over to MeWe and Parler and other options that we talked about last week. I still need to fix my name on MeWe. I forgot to do that, but somebody actually did send me something. YouTube persecutes Christians. That's right. You are not wrong, brother or sister, either one. And welcome back to another. You came back. Like, you witnessed what a mega live list was, full of squirrels, and you came back. Oh my goodness! I need to start like polling you guys, like exit polls. Why did you come back? What is it about goofiness and squirrels that and a lot of anxiety towards pineapple and pizza that made you come back? But I'm glad that you're here. It's good to see you also in the comments. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about now. And on Patreon to fix too. What happened on Patreon? Tell me about that, because I don't recall now. What did I miss? Did I miss something? I'm looking back over the comments to make sure if I missed something. Yeah, you'll have to tell me because my brain's not working. Plenty of Christian apologists for Muslims who get demonetized and get their chat disabled. That is correct. And actually, there are whole groups of people that are, their whole goal is to get believers censored by saying, oh, you have 2 names on there. Do I really have 2 names on Patreon? Ah, that's weird. I don't know. Oh, no, I know what you mean. Oh, because it's no longer your name with Becca. Yeah, I need to fix that too. I've been thinking about how I need to update a lot of stuff and like get a better website, and there's a lot of things that I need to do. Any of you guys want to somehow speak into existence extra time during the day for me? That would be really, really great, because I could totally use that. That's not a thing. I'm just joking. In case you're new to this and you don't know that was just a joke. I don't believe that we can speak anything. Only God can speak ex nihilo, right? I'm probably mispronouncing that as well, but only He can speak anything into existence. So, anyways, let's keep going then. We do have a lot of really cool things on the list today that I want to share with you guys. Lots of fun recommendations, shout outs, suggestions. Obviously, that's sort of like the name of the game of what we're doing here. It's the excuse for the game rather than the name of the game. The excuse for going live is that I want to give you guys a bunch of like recommendations, but the real reason that I'm live is to first of all berate all of you pineapple pizzas out there. Those of you that are eating pineapple on your pizza, I'm here live every Friday to take you on, to take down this heresy. That is what I do here, and I'm going to keep doing it no matter how many times you guys send in death threats. And I'm just kidding. Whoever thinks it's cute to keep sending me pineapple pizza, stop that. Okay, the Pizza Hut guys are not amused. I'm kidding, that also didn't happen, but that would be hilarious. No, I don't give out my address. And it wouldn't matter anyways because we move so much. But anyways, we do have some really cool things on the list that I want to talk to you guys about today. Lots of fun stuff. And if you are wanting to look at the links to all the stuff that I talk about on this list, you can find those links in the description, depending on where you're listening to. Obviously, I am live right now across YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm going to fix Instagram. I promise. I am going to fix it. I'm still working on going live on the podcast because I think that it would be fun to at least do podcasting more than once a week. And what I'd really like to do is have a couple of times where there are shorter podcasts of just me, not my face, but just literally just podcasts, not something that's going to happen over on Facebook where we're just discussing what's happening in any given situation, because there's so many things that happen throughout the week that that by the time Friday happens, it's like, a full week has gone by, and you would think that nothing would happen in a full week, but there's so many things that happen. Like, for instance, somebody bringing me a pie and introducing themselves to me. That's so neat. Where is Cindy T? Oh, where is Cindy T? Where is Cindy T? We have Cindy M. I saw her. Can easily make those audio into video without pictures. That's what I'll do. I'll do that. I'll do headliners. Yeah, that's a good idea, brother. I think I'll do that. That way YouTube can also still get the benefits of it. Sorry if you guys are seeing some green stuff. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I have multiple layers of green screen stuff behind me. And for some reason, it doesn't want to recognize the bottom half of my green screen stuff with the top half. I don't know why that's happening, but I'm inside at least. It's not cold because I'm in my bedroom instead of in the garage. So I was able to set up inside the house this time. A horrible thing happened the other day while I was doing that exciting interview that I'm going to tell you guys about at the very end of this. This horrible, terrible thing that is happening. It happened in the garage where I was getting ready for that special interview, and I was really excited. And a huge spider was there and dead. And just there. And I mean, not huge, like, okay, usually I over dramatize things like that. Like, I go to my husband and he's amazing, and he will kill any of the scary bugs for me without being scared at all. Usually I'm like, there's a massive spider, and I sit in the bathroom and it tried to kill me, and whenever I tried to swat at it, it ran at me and stuff like that. Usually I do that, and I'm talking about like a little one. No, this time it was legitimately like a silver dollar size, just sprawled out, and it wasn't there the day before, and then all of a sudden it was there, and it was just no. So I'm glad to be back in the house. I'm gonna catch the whole garage on fire, or perhaps maybe less dramatically, I'll just spray spider spray out there before I do anything else. Also this week, I was super excited. You guys probably saw the picture already over on the Facebook group. I got to meet one of you. I have never gotten to meet one of the Humblebees that actually listen to this program, which is just, it's really still weird to me that there are people that listen. So I got to meet one of you guys, which was very exciting. I got to meet Kristen, who is my favorite TikToker. I always like to point you guys to her TikToks, which she is over there on TikTok. There's very few Reformed people. That's right. There she is. That's Kristen. Right there. I got to meet her, and I got to hang out with her yesterday, so I got to see her twice, which is 2 more times than I usually see grown-ups during the week. So how about that? And I was very excited to get to have fellowship and just really enjoy being around somebody that is Reformed and like-minded, and also a mom, and also just super cool. So that was exciting. I didn't mean to call myself cool. I meant to compliment her, not say that I'm cool and she's also cool. Anyways, I'm sorry. So you're so funny, Patrick. Actually, just like the statement that there are people who listen to me makes me sort of like a little nauseous. Not nauseous like in a bad way, but I mean a little bit like what's the word for it? Anxious, maybe? I don't know. The Bible tells us to not want to be teachers, right? And so the fact that people are listening, it definitely gives me a little bit more incentive to take care for this podcast and everything. But then to just have anybody that's like, I listen to you all the time and I love your show, that's like, wow, no, you there's better shows. Can I point you to better shows so that you don't waste your time on my show? Is that bad publicity? Like, am I not really helping myself there with that? I don't know. I squirreled quite a bit there. So I'm going to give you guys a squirrel. I'm going to give you guys this squirrel, and I'm going to get a drink. And maybe I'll get my stuff together too while I'm at it. I can't find any of my stuff to get together. So that's not going to happen. Oh well. That's okay. We're just going to keep going. That's not the scene. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Oh, I'm so glad that you heard from me about me from Exposit the Word. David Knight from Exposit the Word has just been a tremendous blessing to me, and what a funny brother in Christ. Definitely hilarious with the pineapple pizza stuff. I love when you guys take these things and run with it. Obviously, there's a lot of you guys that have absolutely no dog in this fight, which means you're on my side because I just volunteered you for my side. But it is fun whenever you guys do take it and run, and it probably came for the burnt pineapple pizza. The spider did. You guys, nope. I don't like spiders. I don't like that. You know what they are? Do you know what spiders are? They're part of the fall. You want evidence for the fact that there was a fall, that man fell? Spiders and mosquitoes. Pineapple on pizza. Those are the 3 main things. You want me to list the 3 things that prove that we fell in Adam? Pineapple pizza, spiders, mosquitoes. Boom. You guys, the mosquitoes that we have in some spots of Texas, there's a city called Mesquite. Okay, it's actually talking about the mesquite wood, the trees that grow there. But in my mind, it's mesquite because the mosquitoes are gigantic and they shouldn't exist. And the ants, the gigantic ants, no, just no. Like all the people that are like, why don't you move back to Texas and live here with us? And have you ever seen your ants? Nope. Not a thing. Thank you, Tammy. That is absolutely my feeling about it as well. I'm glad we're in agreement with that. Also, I saw you guys, actually it was Cindy and Mark, you were talking about Cindy T, that she is having her surgery this week. That is correct. We've been praying for her over the last couple of weeks. And that is right. That is where she's at, that she's, hopefully we'll hear from her. I believe she's in the group on Facebook. Maybe not. I might be wrong. But if you guys do hear from her, please do reach out to me. Let me know how she's doing if she's not in the group. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get started then. I think I scrolled as many times as I possibly can. And we'll go ahead. We'll get started then with the actual reason why. I'm kidding. The reason why we're here is so that I can tell y'all all about ants are also the devil. Seriously, like, I mean, if you just see the gigantic ants that they have down in Oklahoma and Texas too, but not they're not as huge in Texas or as aggressive as they are in Oklahoma. When we first started, we moved to Oklahoma. We moved actually right across the Red River, right across the border. Whenever we were like newlyweds, well, when we were super newlyweds, we moved to Oklahoma City, where they don't have that many ants. But a couple of years later, we moved back to just that border, and the ants are like huge, and they are those mean ants that never let go, and they just bite and bite and bite and bite until you kill them. They're not going to let go. It's crazy. I've never seen ants, and they make these huge mounds, and they're just everywhere. Like, they just wander around like miles worth of area and bite you because they're super mean. So yeah, not a fan. I got attacked when, oh no, it went away. I can pull it up though right here. Don't worry. Tammy says, ants are also the devil. Fire ants in Texas are awful. I got attacked by fire ants when I was 9. That's terrible. And something that you don't hear about very often, but it does happen in the South. Like, there's a reason why we kill all those bugs. It's not because we just don't want them around. It's because they legitimately will attack people. These guys, they're just mean. They're mean and gross. And spiders are still worse, but I also don't like ants. Okay, we have really squirreled for quite a bit. I'm going to give you guys a squirrel, and then we're going to get serious. I'm just kidding. We're not going to ever get serious. But have I yelled squirrel at y'all yet? I feel like I haven't yelled at y'all yet. Squirrel! You're welcome for warning you before I do that. It's because I love you. Moved to Canada. Insects hate the cold here. You know what? We are like, this is so crazy. I'm so glad that you mentioned that. We were at Pastor Osmond's church this past Sunday. Kristen and I went, and we brought, she brought one of her beautiful little ones, and I brought my only little one, and we went up there, and as we were driving, we passed a sign that was like 70 miles to Canada. And I was like, did that just say 70 miles to like legitimately Canada? Or is there just a city over here called Canada? No, it's like legitimately Canada is like bam right there, which is crazy to me. But also there's a lot of restrictions right now about going back and forth and things to that nature because of the pandemic stuff. So we're gonna get started. Let's totally talk about all the cool things that I have to recommend for you guys. Here is the first thing on my list. Like I mentioned, you guys, there are links to all of these things in the descriptions, up above or down below depending on where you are at. And the first thing that we have for you guys is actually posted by Myosha. Sister, you're going to have to record yourself saying that beautiful name and send it to me because it's beautiful and unique, and I don't want to wreck it because it's so beautiful. So yeah, she actually posts quite often in the group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, you're missing out on all the wonderful things that she posts. She frequently shares with us free book links that she finds on Monergism. And the exciting thing is when you go to Monergism, okay, they have like thousands of free books. It can be overwhelming, but what's exciting about having a Sister in Christ post specific books is that it kind of narrows it down for you, where you can say, okay, I don't know where to start. This is so many. I'm going to wait for her to post the things that she thinks are, oh, thank you, Miyoshi. Oh, it's even beautifuler. Don't worry, guys. I don't do anything where I actually have to talk. Miyoshi. That is gorgeous. Miyoshi. M-I. That would be me, right? Wow. How is it possible that you just explained it to me by spelling it all out and I'm still confused? Something's wrong with my brain. It's okay. My brain will catch up. We'll get there. It's okay. It's going to be fine. But there you go. That's the Sister in Christ right there who does this wonderful thing for us. And you guys should definitely join the group because the group over on Facebook, you can ask questions if you are a newer believer or if you're new to Reformed theology. It's a wonderful place where you can ask questions without like being sort of hated on, because unfortunately there are a lot of places on social media where you can go and you can ask questions, and instead of getting a nice response, you get like the attitude issue where people are annoyed that you don't already know these things or that you would ask instead of looking into it yourself. But our group is filled with a great mixture of younger believers, believers that have been in the faith for a while, and then older believers that have been in the faith longer than any of us have been alive. And so we have professors, we have theologians, we have pastors, we have just lay folk, and a whole group mixture of everybody in the Facebook group, Tulips and Honey Hub, and it's got the pink picture. So the blue picture, when you type that in, is not the group. That's just the Tulips and Honey page, which you're welcome to click like on. That would be great. But the group is where you can ask fun questions and get great answers to it. And that is where she posts these great books. Also, if you guys did not know, and I meant to add this on there, and I missed it. Shucks. Okay. I will. I was going to add the new podcast. I'm going to be joining her actually soon and be interviewed by her. And I meant to put it in the links, but I did not. So let me grab that real quick and make sure that I am listing it right. So if you have a podcast or a blog, or you are a biblically sound person that does things, that's probably not the right way to say that. But if you're biblically sound and you do anything where you're teaching or you're posting things or whatever it is, and you want to have a place where you can share that, a lot of groups on Facebook actually like discourage the sharing of stuff like that. They just want to share their stuff. Same thing for like Reddit and stuff like that, where they're like, oh no, you can't share your own stuff. I'm not in agreement with that. I mean, I think to each their own. If they like that, that's totally fine. But to me, I want to provide you guys with as much resources as possible, because my aunt always had a ruler. Patrick is scared of ants for a completely different reason than anybody else. And that was a squirrel. Squirrel! Let me give you guys another squirrel. Here we go. Squirrel! I'm so thirsty. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, if you have something that you do on online at all, whatever it is, whether you're writing personally, not even having a blog, and you want to share that stuff on our group, that is something that we encourage, because we want to offer people more resources, not less resources. It's not a competition. It's literally not a competition between Reformed podcasters. It's something that is just a tremendous value to me to look around and see, like the Bar Network and the stuff that Andrew Rappaport's doing, all of this wonderful connection between these groups. There's never a sense where, well, my numbers are bad and their numbers are good, and so I'm losing viewership. No, we need to be able to give everybody more things to look at, because there is so much just nonsense everywhere else. Like, I mean, there's one podcast per week is not going to cut it. That's my theory. So one blog post per day is not going to cut it. So I want as much stuff there. So another person that's new to the group and also posted their recent their podcast is Christy, and she has the podcast. I've got it pulled up on my phone so that I don't screw up the words, the names of it. I had it pulled up. I said I had it pulled up, and then I lost it, because why not? We're not live or anything, and I can edit this out, right? Smiling at the Future by Christy Ross. Smiling at the Future by Christy Rose. Sorry, I even mispronounced her name, even with it sitting right in front of me, because wow, why not? So sorry about that. Okay, thank you very much, Thayumo Mazo. I need another phonics thing where you explain how to pronounce things. Thank you. You are absolutely right. That is a heathen squirrel. If you guys didn't see it, I'll post it again. There it is. Heathen squirrel right there. It's accurate. It's a heathen squirrel. Okay. That squirrel is not a squirrel that should be doing anything other than throwing that pizza away. It's just a fact. It's a fact that thing should just be thrown away. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead then and keep going. But I did just want to give you guys that quick point, why we do that, why we allow people to post. And obviously we do have people checking to make sure that these things aren't being posted that are like heretical or anything like that. Thou Mazo. I really like that. Is that like your actual name, or is there a reasoning behind that? I would love to hear what that actually is, what that entails, because it's really cool. You guys, I have like the most boring name ever. Until I got married, I have an even more boring name. This is why I'm obsessed with names and how cool they are, because Lauren Brown was my name. Like, Brown legitimately was my last name, and you just can't get more boring than the color brown. So anyways, let's keep going though, because that was another squirrel, and we've just had 30 minutes of squirrels. So another thing that I wanted to point to is, no, it's Greek for to marvel. Oh, I love that. I love that. See, that's why I asked. This is fantastic. Do you guys see that? That's fantastic stuff right there. That is good naming right there. That's just a good naming choice. And we're done squirreling. I'm sorry. You guys, one of my Patreons actually, if you saw the I know a Ken Brown, and I loved saying his name. That's so funny. There are a lot of Browns. There's a lot of Browns. It's true. It's definitely a lot of Browns. It's hard to find particular people with the last name Brown, because there's a bajillion of them everywhere with all of the first names. Praying in Faith 2015 and Repent and Believe pages. Did I miss something on that one? Cindy, help me out. I might have missed something on that one. What did I miss? I may have missed something while I was getting a drink. Let me know. Okay, sorry. So what was I talking? Oh, okay. My Patreon supporter, Michael, actually sent me this wonderful book. I'm really excited. Well, he was talking to me about it because recently. Oh, hi, Josh. Hello. Hi there, Josh. You have a podcast too. Can you tell everybody your podcast name and like link to it in the comments so that we can at least for folks on Facebook, they'll be able to see it, and that way they can reach out to as well. I'm going to be talking about a lot of podcasts on the show, so you guys might as well just like drop them, you guys. In case you were wondering, that is Josh, but you can't see his name because Facebook's weird. So recently I did that sort of out there episode about aliens, and I'm surprised I haven't gotten like a tremendous amount of pushback on it. I thought that there would be quite a few people that were frustrated with the way that I handled it theologically, but I haven't gotten a whole lot of pushback. There's been a couple of folks, but not anything like drastic. So, but in that episode, like I often mention, I said that I'm a pan-millennialist, like Paul Washer would say, because I believe in the end it's all going to pan out. And in saying that, what I mean is that I have not actually taken a position on that, because when I first became a believer, I wasn't aware that there was anything other than like pre-trib, post-trib, and if you were really, really weird, mid-trib, right? Like that's all I knew about when it came to eschatology. And so I'm 5 years in. It'll be 6 years in July, so I'm 5.5 years old, and so I'm still decompressing all of the false theology that I learned. I'm still having to deeply search out truths in scripture that have to do with a lot of different things. And even though I'm incredibly fascinated with eschatology, and I do find it to be very, very important, and obviously anything that has to do with God's word. Cindy, I didn't know you had a page. Do you really? Now I have to go back. I'm sorry. I totally just scrolled again, but I have to. Let's see here. What did you say your pages were? I know I have it here. Praying in Faith 2015 and Repent and Believe pages. Are those pages on Facebook? Or are they like, you'll have to tell me. I want to make sure that I add that next week to the mega list, because that's awesome. Very exciting. You see, you guys, this is what's so exciting, is that I love getting to find all of you. You know, the folks that get on here, and you guys are communicating back and forth with me, or you can communicate back and forth with me on social media or whatever it is. You guys have stuff like podcasts or blogs or pages that you run, anything like that. There are several hundred other people who watch or listen to the program. Mostly folks listen rather than watch, but in total, there are several hundred people each week that are listening to this program that don't have anything like that. And so we can give them all of that information. We can give them all of those options and increase the amount of choices that they have, which is really, really what I'm all for. So I'm excited about that. That's my own webpage. All my social media is on it. That's so cool. Oh, I'm really excited about that. Oh, that's Josh. Yes, Josh, that is your own website. The Godcast is his podcast, and I need I need a better website, you guys. I have to work on that. My website is so horrible. It's just terrible. I promise I'm gonna be professional one of these days. But what we were talking about was eschatology, and Patrick said, I'm going to believe all eschatology into one super eschatology belief. Is it possible? Can we do that? Is that a way? Is there a way to do that? That way we can offend everybody all at once, because that's what will happen. We'll just offend everybody. Vocab Malone. I have not heard of that. I'll have to make sure that I screenshot that, because if not, I will forget it. I have like 8,000 photos on my phone because I screenshot everything. But I did just screenshot that so that I could look that up. Let me know in the comments what that actually is. He's another Reformed podcaster. He evangelizes to a cult group. Oh, that's a rough one, too, to talk to. Wow. Oh, I'm excited about that. I'm going to have to check him out. Maybe I'll be able to have him on the program and stuff. That's very cool. I will check him out, because that's a rough one to deal with. Also, you guys, I have a green spoon today. Spoon? Is that a spoon? Wow. I have a green straw. So it's going to blend in with the background, which I think means I can take drinks if I want to while I'm live, right? No, that's not how it works, is it? So let's keep going then. And I just hit that, sorry. Let's see. Oh, we're still talking about Michael's book. So I mentioned in that I had not actually come to a conclusion. And Michael was kind enough to reach out to me via Patreon. So I didn't link to the Patreon. I'm sorry. I should have done that. But I'm so bad at advertising for these things. I do have a Patreon, and I have wonderful Patreon subscribers. You guys are just a tremendous blessing to me. Helping me get this podcast out each week is it's very encouraging and helpful to me. I'm thankful for all of my Patreons, and it's always exciting to get to chat back and forth with them. And Michael actually reached out to me about that and about eschatology and his own sort of journey with that. In this book, The Great Unveiling, I made sure to link to it in the descriptions, is his actual book going through Revelation. And I'm excited. I've been reading that today, and it's already been a huge help. I need to be able to digest everybody's views. I know that sounds really weird, but because there are godly men on each group, right? Like R.C. Sproul and Dr. James White and Vodi Bakum and John MacArthur, they all have disagreements. So I want to understand all of the sides of this, right? To make sure that I'm not getting something wrong biblically. And also I want to make sure that I keep encouraging people to stop telling everybody else that disagrees with you that they're not saved, because that's not true. Eschatology is something that is important and very, very important, but people actually, like R.C. Sproul, he spanned all three major viewpoints throughout his lifetime. So people change their opinions on this. And so that's kind of interesting. Christina, I'm so glad to see you here. You made it. You're here on time, which is crazy because I was actually super late. I don't know what a perfect time would be to do this, so it's kind of difficult to I don't want to like interrupt y'all's dinner, but also everybody is in completely different places, and some of you guys are watching from other countries, so it's kind of difficult. But I did want to make sure that I thanked Michael for discussing this with me in such a gracious way. I feel like he really exhibited the exact sort of nature that I'm trying to constantly encourage everybody to reach whenever you're talking about disagreements scripturally that are not salvific in nature, even whenever you are talking about things that are salvific. Okay, well, let's back up. We're rewinding. Anytime you're talking about anything, period, as a believer, we need to be gracious and kind. And unfortunately, there are some topics that we all get very passionate about where people stop being as gracious and kind as they should be. But he handled this in a way that was not just gracious, but very helpful to me. And so I just wanted to thank him and also give you guys a link to his book, which is actually available in the Kindle Unlimited. If you have Kindle Unlimited, I love me some Kindle Unlimited, you guys. It's so much fun. And next thing on the list, we're totally going to get through this list, I promise, is Kaylee's YouTube. Okay, now I'm saying Kaylee, but I don't mean my daughter Kaylee. This is Kaylee, who is actually a humblebee, a listener, and she's just a sweet sister in Christ. And she sent me this cool video. Musical Time Machine is the name of her YouTube page, and she sent me this cool video, and I didn't know it was her. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. She also just has a great voice for being on on things like this. And I wanted to record a really goofy commercial where and I did record it, but I don't like the way that it sounds, so I haven't posted it anywhere, but where I basically thank Squirrels for being the sponsor of this program. And I'm gonna have to reach out to her because she's got a great voice, a really, really, really great voice, and I was hoping that maybe I could get her to do that. So I'll just shame her live into doing it. Wow. That's what I just did. She's never even heard of this. I haven't even mentioned it to her yet. Sorry about that, Kaylee. I'm so sorry. But I love her channel, and I hope that you guys can go and subscribe. It's a brand new channel. If you are a homeschooling parent or if you have groups like kiddos and things to that nature, this is a fantastic option for teaching short clips of history in as far as music goes. And obviously, I homeschool. Most of us, unfortunately, right now, because of the COVID situation, have been forced into homeschooling. And I say unfortunate because there are a lot of people that are not very nice about homeschooling their kiddos. But if you are a wonderful, sweet, loving parent that wants to teach your kids about musical history, that's a great option. So definitely, please do go and subscribe to her channel and make sure that you send her some love so that she can see that we are supporting her super awesome, epic channel. Next thing on the list that I want to tell you guys about is Voice of Reason Radio. Okay, Chris and Richard, Chris is usually in the comments, by the way. He must be probably having dinner right now or something like that, but probably not pineapple on his pizza. His Voice of Reason Radio is his podcast. Him and Rich, they do that podcast, and it is fantastic. I love their podcast. I'm so thirsty. I'm sorry. I'm going to take another drink. I have to read that whole comment here because it kind of cut off there. I need to find a way to make that comment, make it a little bit smaller. Promote non-existent biblical time travel. like Katie Souza. No, actually, her videos are not regarding time travel whatsoever. Why does Katie Souza sound so familiar? Have we recently talked about her? Has somebody recently talked to me about her? Somebody's gonna have to help me. She's not the squid lady, is she? The squid spirit lady? Is that somebody different? I'm not exactly sure. But her videos are actually just talking about something that happened in time. So she's not like traveling in time or anything, but very, very cute way that she handles like these little clips, short clips to help kiddos learn, and might be something great to go alongside you if you're already teaching in that area. She has these little clips that will help all, and she's making more and stuff. It's fantastic. But we were talking about Voice of Reason Radio, and recently they did an episode that was very helpful to me. So Rich had posted something asking people about the two different phrases: I've accepted Jesus into my heart, or I have received Christ. And so these two phrases are sort of contentious, right? I would not encourage people to say that they are accepting Christ into our heart. I don't find that to be biblical language, but the way that they handled this was very helpful. I thought it was fantastic. They did a lot of going through each and every sort of point of the semantics of this and why it's important and how we can talk about this to other people. And so I made sure to link to that as well. It was a very helpful episode for me. I struggle with that discussion because I do have passionate feelings about that, since I was a false convert and I was told repeatedly for like 10 years to just accept Christ into my heart and I'd be fine. Say this prayer, repeat this prayer after me and you'll be fine. And I was still a false convert at the end of that, because lo and behold, I don't actually have any control over whether or not I am saved. That is all of God. That is the sola dea, the 5 solas, right? So it's all of God. I'm getting a little out of what's it called? I'm going a little further out into the weeds than I usually do. Sorry about that. Hi, this is Kaylee's mom, Sandy, listening because Kaylee is teaching right now. Thanks for the shout out. Oh my goodness. She's working on an episode 5 now. Well, hi there, Sandy. It is nice to see you and talk with you. Thank you for even coming on the comments and letting us know about what is going on. That is so great. Thank you. And absolutely, I'm so blessed to even be able to give her a shout out. She's so patient with me because like when she sent it originally, I was like, I can't wait to tell everybody about this. And I wrote it down, and I don't know if it was one of those situations where I wrote it down on a sticky note and then lost the sticky note, because I can't recall what happened. But every time I would log into Facebook and I would see like my messages and stuff, I'd be like, oh, I need to share that thing. And then it would squirrel right out of my brain again. So this time I really got to it and I was excited about that. But she was so sweet and kind and understanding and gracious about that, because my brain is so broken. And she's super sweet about that. So I'm glad that she is making a 5th episode. That's really, really exciting. Next thing on the list that I want to talk to you guys about is Cave to the Cross Apologetics. Patrick's been in the comments. You guys have seen him. They're about to come up on their 100th episode. Y'all, that is so exciting. I mean, to tell you the truth, podcasting is this own little labor of love where we are like, you know, it's work. It's work. It's usually work that we don't get paid for. And so, just for instance, just using me as an example with the shirts that we sell and the Patreon, and now the small amount of money that comes through YouTube's commercials and stuff like that, I almost break even at the end of the month, almost. And so podcasting is not just a hobby, but just something that we're doing for the glory of God. And to get to 100 episodes when so many people quit at the very beginning, it can be discouraging at first. That's why I bring people on to the Tulips and Honey Hub, why we have a channel, because podcasting can be really scary and it can be very discouraging if you don't have that support already in place. It can be really discouraging. So most podcasts actually fizzle out within like the first few months. Congratulations on that, Josh. That is really exciting. You're 10 episodes away from 100. I have no idea how far I am. I should have checked that before I started talking about this, but I don't know. I have no idea. Wait, I'm on episode 70 something. The thought just clicked in my brain. Did you guys see that? That's like the second time my mind has actually worked and I caught it on camera. How about that? Wow. I think I'm on episode 77. So we're getting there, but it's been a while. But that doesn't include like the live events because this isn't a real episode. But anyways, let's keep going. I just want to also congratulate Church History Matters. They had their 1-year anniversary a while back, and I linked to all those podcasts in the links down below because they are all wonderful podcasts that I would encourage you guys to listen to. At Church History Matters, they joined me on the program, and they do a fantastic job over there as well. And like I was just saying, it's getting to a year is actually a huge accomplishment. I have no idea how long ago I passed an anniversary, but I know that this has been going for a while. I have no idea how long, because my brain doesn't work like that, and I should have checked all these things, but I don't know. But continuing through these things is exciting, and that's why we all link arms. And right now with the censorship and the way that our stuff is being buried, it would be really great for you guys to all show these folks love. If they're podcasts, if they're YouTube channels, or whatever it is, show them some love, because right now as believers we really are getting a lot of shadow banning. It's what I talked about in that censorship episode. Shadow banning is the main way that this is happening right now, is just your stuff is just not being seen by any of the people that follow you to see your stuff. So that would be a tremendous blessing to all of us if you guys want to check that out. Also, I linked in the descriptions, I linked to Gina Cook's recent article on Through the Narrow. You guys, it's just my favorite thing to read every other week. I wish I could just like pay them to just do nothing but write articles, because they're so good at it, and it's fantastic the way that they do it. It's just wonderful. So I linked to her recent article. It is in the descriptions, and I think now that I have made my way through everything that I wanted to tell you guys about, except for Monday's episode, which is exciting because I want to tell you guys about this. So also, before I do move on to that, and I had it in here, and oh yeah, it's over here. I'm going to put you on a squirrel so I can grab this real quick. So here's your squirrel. There you go. You guys, I need to tell you this story. I meant to tell you guys this story at the very beginning. This is another squirrel. So you guys are getting plenty of free squirrels today. Sorry about that, but I have to tell you this. On Wednesday, and I wanted to actually put a picture on here, I forgot, but on Wednesday, and this came to my mind randomly just now because I think my big spotlight is actually melting something. I can smell a little bit of plasticky melty smell. I don't know what it's actually melting, but it's really, really hot. And it smells a little bit like something is melting. And that reminded me that on Wednesday, I turned on my stove. I made this lasagna. I was really excited because I didn't have a proper pan for it. You guys, we just moved, so we have like a lot of stuff still packed and stuff not unpacked. And I created a pan out of foil, and I was all like, hey, look at my little makeshift pan. And I made my little lasagna. And I was super excited to put it in the stove. So I turned my stove all the way up, and there was a huge plastic blue bowl in my stove, and it melted, and it went everywhere. And I just had to tell you guys that, because in case it's ever happened to you too, then you don't feel as much of a goofball, because we're goofballs together. And I did that as well. And also, if you have any advice for how to quickly get that kind of stuff out of your stove, I would appreciate hearing that, because it took me like 2 days. It's finally clear and clean, but I mean, the fumes, whew. Is it bad for you to breathe melted plastic? I'm not real sure, but I did. It was terrible. But I did want to mention that there's going to be some really exciting book giveaways coming up here soon. I'm going to pull this all the way up so you can see this. I have these books, God, Greed, and the Prosperity Gospel from Costi Hinn, which he gave me before the pandemic started. He sent me these. His publisher actually sent me these books to do a giveaway, and then the pandemic happened, and I couldn't give them away. And now it's been long enough to where I can actually give these away without worrying about it being a problem. So I have 3 of these that I'm going to be giving away, as well as 5 books from Pastor Jim Osman. His book, God Doesn't Whisper, is really just absolutely fantastic. I'm going to be doing those giveaways coming up really, really soon, so keep you guys' eye out on that. Obviously, if you are a Patreon or a member of the group, you're already included in any of those giveaways, and then you can just give yourself some extra entries into those giveaways. Also, I'm going to be giving away a Kindle version of the book we're going to be talking about real quick right now, because it has to do with Monday's episode. So you guys have been waiting 50 minutes to hear what this episode is going to be. Are you ready? Should I tell you guys? Should I not tell you? Should I let it be a surprise and make y'all wait and just not let you see the sneak peek that I worked really hard on last minute? No, I'm not going to do that, because that would be crazy. I'm going to tell you all. I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay, so the book that I want to tell you guys about is actually by Dr. Nathaniel Jensen. His book, Replacing Darwin, is absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway, a Kindle book giveaway. I can do audio and Kindle. We can do 2 of those. There are actually 2 copies of his book, 2 types of it. There's the regular big size book, and then there is the smaller book for folks that are maybe not coming at this from a more technical side, but just want to understand what he's talking about. So I'm going to be doing that giveaway, and the reason that's exciting is because you guys, I got to interview him. I couldn't believe it. I got to interview somebody from Answers in Genesis. I was so excited. I was absolutely thrilled. So Doreen and I actually interviewed him together. You know, whenever there's a big interview coming up, I like to bring, Doreen and I like to do these big interviews together. It's really exciting to get to interview folks with her. And she has the sort of calming tone of voice, you know. She's very calming and peaceful. And I'm a basket case. So it's a perfect balance, right? Like, this is just a fantastic balance for us to balance each other out. So we were super excited about getting to interview Dr. Jensen. He gave us so much of his time. It was just a tremendous blessing to get to talk to him and hear his heart for God's people and for creation science and really for apologetics. Just tremendous. It was tremendous discussion. So much of the conversation was revolving around things that were not necessarily specific to his work, but that were just specific to all of our lives. And having him speak about these things was very helpful to me in a lot of ways. And you guys will see all that on Monday because this episode's coming out on Monday and I'm so excited. I can't stand it. I have been working on editing this for like 2 days now because I'm just too excited for it to not be perfect. So as I mentioned at the very beginning, I was hoping to get to interview somebody from Answers in Genesis. Whenever I first started, of course, I got to, Phil Johnson kept you calm all by himself. I was so nervous to talk to Phil Johnson. See, that's what I mean whenever I say it's good. Like with those bigger ones, it's very, very cool to have Doreen do those with me, because when Doreen and Phil and I were having that interview, I was just sitting there like, wow, look at these smart people talking. And then I would remember that I was also supposed to be talking and that also I was being recorded. So I needed to like nod and not just like theological fangirl. And so yeah, that was really, really fun. And this one is just another fantastic interview. And Doreen and I both were like, she's so funny. She was like, so Lauren and I like to like fangirl a lot. And I was like, oh, Doreen just said that. That is so cute and so true. But it sounds better coming from her because she's got like the super professional books and stuff, and she's super professional. And anyways, I'm very excited about this. I have been wanting to do this whenever I first started podcasting, and I got the chance to interview Ray Comfort. I thought, well, okay, now I can handle some of these bigger interviews. It's not going to be so bad. I handled that with only just like mild panic attacks. So I didn't sleep for like 2 days before interviewing Ray Comfort, and I almost quit and stopped podcasting, as you guys already know. But after that, I was like, okay, well, maybe I can handle some of these bigger podcasts. And I reached out to Answers in Genesis, and they're like, okay, our scientists are like legitimately doing sciencey stuff. So they can't just willy-nilly take every single interview. But this time they were able to, and I'm so thankful to Dr. Jensen for his time and his patience in all of my weird, dorky questions, because I was like super dorking out. His book is fantastic. It's very detailed and very scientific. The book itself, of course, there's a smaller version of it, but the book itself, the larger version of it, gets into exact, precise science behind the things that he's talking about. And then, of course, he did the 25-part series with Ken Ham on the Answers in Genesis channel, talking about the new work that he's doing in the human race, where we all came from, stuff like that. And wow, is that fantastic. Very, very fascinating. He's got a new book that's going to be coming out in 2021 about that very topic, so I'm excited to see that. And I'm excited for you guys to see the full interview, but for now what I have is a short little clip for you guys so that you can be like really excited and high-fiving me through the air, because that was just a tremendous moment. I'm just like, I'm all over here like, I just talked to somebody from Answers in Genesis, and I love Answers in Genesis so much. So yeah, I did definitely dork out quite a bit, and yeah, I don't know why anybody joins me on this program, but they do, and I'm thankful for it. And here is your sneak peek, because that's all I have for you, Humblebees. I hope that you are all having tremendously wonderful weeks, and that you will have a wonderful weekend of fellowship and enjoy all of your maybe masked, maybe not masked fellowship. Maybe some of you guys are not allowed. I don't live here permanently, but the governor here in Washington, because you guys know my husband is working in Idaho, but they put us on the Washington side because we're up in the Panhandle. And the governor here was all like, you can meet in church, but you can't sing. That's weird. I'm sorry, that's weird. First of all, I have absolutely no idea how you're going to check that people are singing or not. It's a weird thing. Is it any better to sit there and breathe than it is to sit there and sing? I don't think so. I have no idea where that idea came from, but it's dumb and it's silly. And I hope you guys all have wonderful fellowship where you get to sing to the Lord and really enjoy getting to meet together. If you are not getting to meet together, if you guys are, for whatever reason, still having to stay home, hopefully we sing Come to My Church. You're so sweet, Kristen. You're funny. You're not allowed to sing. You're here in Washington with me. You can't sing. There will be no singing, or else. What even will they do? I have no idea. I don't want to find out because I have no idea how they would even figure out that this was happening. But anyways, here is a sneak peek. You guys, I love all of you humblebees. My son lives in Washington State. No way! Oh, is he, Tammy, you don't have to tell me this if you don't want to, but is he near Spokane? Because they put us in Spokane Valley, and that's how I got to meet Kristen, because she's over here in Spokane Valley. And then, of course, Pastor Jim Osmond is over in Sandpoint, which is about an hour. I didn't get lost, but I mean, it was close, right, Kristen? Like, it was kind of close. There was a couple of times I almost got lost, but it'll be longer if you don't pay attention to your map, like I almost didn't. But yeah, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but that's really, really cool. If he's around here and I can be a blessing to him, Tammy, please let me know. And here's the sneak peek, humblebees. I love you all, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye, guys.
The statistics have been pretty consistent over the years, much to the evolutionists' chagrin. And there's a big contrast. So if you look at the same surveys that focus on the professional community, so let's say they're a member of a professional organization like the AAAS, the American Association for the Advancement of Science, 90, 95, 97% of those people, especially if you look at, let's say, biology PhDs, will say evolution is the answer. It's almost completely homogeneous. And so then they look at the general U.S. populace, and that's where they have these episodes of depression, because still a good third or maybe 40% of the general U.S. populace, lay-level populace, will not endorse evolution. One other thing I want to add, just because this hasn't gained enough press, I don't think, but I think it's especially relevant as we think about it, and as believers think about this topic. There have also been surveys done of the religious profession among the professional scientific community. And about 2/3 of them cannot even say that they believe in God. There's a good chunk that's just straight out atheist. There's another chunk that says maybe some sort of vague higher power. But to say, yes, I believe God exists, the vast majority can't even say that. So especially for the believer, someone who knows Romans 1, who knows that the Bible says that the things of God are revealed in nature, and that the unbeliever deliberately suppresses this truth, all this, I think, makes sense, because these are the people who are confronted with the evidence of God in nature every single day they walk into work, and they have to do something with it. And the vast majority of them had said, no thanks, I don't have anything to do with this, I don't accept, I don't even believe God exists. So that's who we're dealing with in the professional scientific community, which again is, I think, a big contrast to what you see in the general U.S. populace.